Joining us tonight, the best political mind in the business, Ed Rollins, former Reagan White House political director, Fox Business political analyst. John Lonski, chief economist, managing director at Moody's. Great to have you both here. And let me begin, if I may, John, with you. 1,400 points off the Dow. It was a crushing $1 trillion loss for the week. And it is a direct result, it seems to me, for the most part, a direct result of a fiscal policy that has just been overturned.
Yeah, that's a problem on the interest rate front. That's why we have long-term bond yields about 1/4 percentage point higher than where they ought to be at this point in time. And we don't want to forget about the problems we're having with international trade. Worry about a possible trade war with China.
Yeah, but markets hate uncertainty, and if one thing these investors should have been certain about, it was about the president who had told them for 2 years that he was going to put punishing tariffs on China, particularly on our trading partners who have taken advantage of us for 50 years. I mean, most people don't realize, for example, that the United States hasn't run a trade surplus since 1975. We have idiots at the Chamber of Commerce and the Business Roundtable going around saying it's not a zero-sum game. Tell it to the American people. Tell it to the American middle class. Bull.
Yeah, and that's why Donald Trump is president today. And let's not forget that one of the reasons for these actions taken against China is because China engages in unfair trade practices. I mean, China
and they steal our technology.
Exactly.
They steal our most advanced innovations, and they do so with front companies. They're carrying out daily 24/7 espionage against the United States with those front companies in the United States.
But we have a very close linkage with China. Let's not forget many U.S. companies manufacture their goods. High technology telecommunications devices are manufactured in China for U.S. companies to sell in the United States.
Yeah, and that's one of the biggest problems. And that's one of the big problems that this president intends to reverse.
Well, he has to. I applauded the mere fact that he threatened the veto today. He should have threatened the veto a month ago. And the reality is we have a political system that does not work when it comes to budgets. When you put four...
Well, now when you've got scurrilous dogs leading the Republican Party in both houses...
Well, when you put 4 people in the room and two of them are the Democrat leaders on both sides,
We've got the greatest political analysts in the country here. I've got to ask you, how and I've got to believe every American who's paying attention is wondering the same thing. How in the hell does a party that has the Republican Party with the majority in the Senate, the majority in the House, how the hell do they end up conferring with the two leading Democrats and ignoring their entire conference?
Well, they shouldn't, and they should be removed as leaders. I think Ryan's performance was unbelievable. The fact that you would get in the room 24 hours before it was and make these deals with Pelosi. As I said to you last night, when Pelosi says it's a great, robust bill and we blocked all of Trump's priorities, I mean, that ought to be the greatest indictment of all to the leadership. And,
well, there's another great indictment. When Paul Ryan says it's a great piece of legislation, you know it's the same.
It's not a great piece of legislation. It's a $500 billion increase in the debt, and it's just. And I think the president, if he really is serious about what he said today, he's got to get Mulvaney in the budget process. This is only we're halfway into a new fiscal year, and we haven't even begun that process. We're 6 months late in the budget, and it's an atrocious budget with $1 trillion deficits from now for the foreseeable future.
$1 trillion deficits from now on, folks. Remember that number. We're now back in $1 trillion deficits, and we just added $1 trillion to the national debt in the last 6 months.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Chinese bought $1 trillion. They hold $1 trillion worth of U.S. government debt. We need their support. But on the other hand, of course, if the Chinese threaten to reduce their holdings of U.S. Treasury, sell them to push
which
Treasury,
they've already done. They've reduced their holdings by about 10%.
And if they use this as part of a trade war strategy, the Federal Reserve can respond in kind by adopting QE4, just buying the treasuries at existing yields that the Chinese want to sell. Why not?
And people don't want to acknowledge this, but that $4.5 trillion that the Fed put on the balance sheet, and Ed's looking at me like, what has this got to do with politics? But the fact of the matter is, they are sitting here raising the rates for the repayment of that debt when they recycle it off of the balance sheet. They are also we're under no obligation to sell our treasuries to the Chinese. That's a benefit for them, not for us. We can gen up enough money in perpetuity. We've done it.
The next generation that's going to pay a very heavy price from these deficits are getting politically active, and neither party owns them. And my sense is the party that gives them a formula of how we're going to be fiscally responsible is going to become a majority party.
Well, why don't we send out McConnell and Ryan to every college campus and have them recruit those millennials? What do you think?
Well, we'll lose overwhelmingly support, and we need to be fiscally sound. We need to basically convince these young people that there is a plan for them for the future, because what's going to happen is the interest on this debt is going to become the biggest item in the budget in a very short order, and it's going to take away lots of options for them, and whatever the tax cuts we made short term will basically be offset by the other additional things that they have.
You think the president meant it when he said never again?
Well, I hope so. This is a big warning, and I hope but he's going to have to be very active all the way through, and Mulvaney's going to have to be very active all the way through as the OMB director.
Who is going to vote to cut spending at the federal level? Who's going to vote to raise the retirement age and so on, or reduce the entitlements of the federal government?
Did you say raise the retirement age?
Yeah, well,
we can't have that discussion on this front.
Hey, we're beyond the retirement age. We're still working. But I'm saying for the millennials, you could say that 25 years from now, the retirement age might be 68 and going up to 70, since we do live longer. At least that's been the case.
So for
we could go like Russia.
I love the messaging for the Republican Party. Yeah. You're living longer, so you should work harder.
Well, that's the point. And they will not deliver that political message if they want to stay in office.
One thing
maybe they shouldn't stay in office. The reality is that these young people are going to find that their parents are going to be suffering. So you can't cut it for them, but you have to have some strategic thought process about where we go 10 years.
Let me ask you about interest rates to wrap it. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Term limits. I mean, that's basically what you're going to need in Washington to get.
You mean Paul Ryan wouldn't be able to stay in office for 20 years? Mitch McConnell, 3.5 decades?
That may not be a bad idea. Whoa. That may be the only solution.
I think those term limits have some real interesting appeal and broadening appeal, I'm sure. Interest rates. Why is it we have to give on-the-job training to every Fed chairman, whether he or she just steps in and they're new? They get to raise rates and see what happens to an economy in which there's no inflation, and then we have to watch the little dance that follows. We're in the dance part now for Jerome Powell.
I think one of the problems you have the Federal Reserve is a lot of people that provide information to the Fed chairman are very theoretically oriented economists, okay? They sit in an office by, a computer all day long, looking at numbers, doing this, that, and the other thing, statistical analysis. They have no connection with reality whatsoever. Look what happened during the housing crisis.
Yeah, and it looks like it's a little like politics, isn't it? I mean,
absolutely.
Who's advising Ryan and McConnell and Schumer and Pelosi?
Well,
do they have advisors?
There are about 3 staffers on the Hill that know what was in that 2,000-page bill, and there's not a single member of the House and the Senate who voted for it that had any clue what was in that bill. That's irresponsible.
But 60 Minutes is going to break this wide open, the issues of collapsing fiscal policy and monetary policy simultaneously. I understand they've got a whole segment on it. It's called Stormy
Days Ahead.
Yeah, high journalism.